To conclude this section, I want to look at previewing our files, not just simply by using the main monitor view over on the right there. I want to be able to preview our files at a much higher quality. In fact, replicating the final quality if possible. Now, in previous versions of Vegas, you could easily preview your files on your timeline by going up to Tools, and there you would be able to select the option Preview in Player. But as you can see, that option isn't available here in Vegas Pro 12. However, no fear, we can still do the same thing, but by using an alternate route. Now before I show you, notice I've got these 4 events on my timeline. Now I want to remove 3 of them, only because it will take less time to render out a preview file if I just do it for one event. The principle of what I'm going to show you, of course, still applies, regardless of how long my timeline is and however many events I've got populating it. Now there is actually a method for rendering a partial preview of our timeline, but we'll save that for another time. Here I'll show you the straightforward approach. So to start off, I'll select event 4 there, right click on it and then run up to delete. Notice I could have hit the delete key on my keyboard. And I'll do the same thing for event 3. I'll select it, right click and then roll up to hit delete. And now, exactly the same for event number 2 there. Okay, right, I'll do a quick save by hitting the save button there. Okay, here's the process. Go up to File and then roll down to Render As. And this opens this Render As dialog box. It's not particularly complicated, so let's work our way through it. Now at the top, we'll see there where it says Folder, and this is where our outputted rendered file will be saved. I'm going to leave it as it's set, but of course you could change it, more appropriate for your system. And below, in the second field, well, here is where we name our file. Now this automatically takes on our project name, as we can see up there, VTC Nest 1. Again, change this should you want to. Okay, now let's move down and choose our output format. Now at present, and this is only because this was run a few moments ago as I was trying it out for you, well, as you can see, it's set to Windows Media version 11 with the extension WMV. I'll just click there to collapse the twirl arrow option, and I'll use my vertical scroll bar and click to go up to the top to see this alphabetized list of available output formats, and headed by, well, as you can see, a number of different audio output formats. Now that's just a coincidence. If we move down, then we can see some video options as well. For example, there's QuickTime 7. Now I'll drag my vertical slider down a little bit because I want to, for this tutorial, just choose Video for Windows, the extension AVI there. And I'll click to twirl this open, and here I can choose from loads of different presets. Some are PAL, some are NTSC. Now I'm going to choose PAL DV widescreen just for this tutorial, and I'll leave my other 2 options as they are, the render and metadata options, and then simply go down and click on the render button. Now dependent on how much you've got on your timeline, and remember I actually removed 3 events from my timeline, leaving me with just 1. Well, dependent on how long your timeline is and how heavily populated it is, then this can take some time. But once it's done, then you're going to see this dialog box. Well, I say you're going to see this dialog box. You might have it set so that this dialog box closes down automatically once the rendering process has taken place. As you can see there is a checkbox, and it's unchecked at the moment. If I'd got that checked where it says close this dialog box when rendering completes, then of course, once the rendering process had completed, this dialog box will have disappeared automatically. As it is, as part of my preparation, I left it unchecked for you so that you could see this dialog box and this option. And therefore, if you want to watch your file once it has completely rendered, then of course you can click on any of those 2 options there, Open or Open Folder. I'll click on Close. And I've only done that up so I can set this up so that you can view it during this tutorial. And here it is. So let's have a quick look. Here we go. I'll click play. Right then, so that's what it sounds like and looks like with the original Rehearsal Studio audio. Over the next section, we're going to start building up our events, and in particular, we'll begin to look at how we can improve our audio. Not just simply by substituting the original audio recording that we've just heard here with the studio quality recorded track, but we'll also look at ways that we can improve our original audio. Right, we'll finish up here then, and as we conclude, let's just watch through what we've just rendered out with the studio recording.